Hey, Pretzel Pride Network fans, if you want a chance to win a gift card or a taco with just meat and cheese, you want to come to my classroom 228 and get your NCAA Pretzel Pride Network bracket. They are free. You can pick up one. You fill it out and get it to me by Thursday at 10 o'clock. That's Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm Jack, and this is Dylan, and we're going to break down the East region.
All right, so the first upset to watch for is the Virginia Tech versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin an 8, Virginia Tech's a 9. If Wisconsin can't come out shooting hot, they're not going to win it. But if they are going to be decent in this tournament, then they're going to win it.
Another upset to watch is Baylor and New Mexico State. New Mexico State has a really good record, and Baylor's kind of iffy sometimes, so that's a really good game to watch.
And my final upset is Marquette versus South Carolina. Marquette has probably the best chance of completing an upset in this bracket.
This region isn't really stacked, with the 1 and 2 seed being pretty dominant, so that's who I think is going to the Elite Eight, and the Final Four pick for that region is definitely Duke.
So yeah, I'm here with Cameron and I'm Gannon. Today we're breaking down the Midwest bracket.
The top two teams are Louisville and Kansas.
I'm going to have to go with Iowa State beating Kansas in the Sweet 16, and they're playing Louisville in the Elite Eight, and I think Louisville's going to come out of that. I think an upset to watch is Rhode Island over Creighton in the first round. Creighton lost their point guard halfway through the year, and I think that's going to hurt them.
I think Miami's going to win over Michigan. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I think Miami's going to pull it out. And I think the final two are going to be Kansas and Oregon.
Today we'll be breaking down the South bracket in the NCAA tournament. I think one of the games you need to watch is Arkansas-Seton Hall. I think that game could go either way. However, Seton Hall has been on a run lately. They almost beat Villanova in the tournament. I think another team that you need to watch out for is actually Kansas State. I do believe that they will upset Cincinnati, and they'll give UCLA a run, but obviously UCLA is too good for that.
I think Middle Tennessee is going to get the upset over the 5 seed Minnesota, and I think UCLA is going to clear the bracket. They're just so good this year, and I think they'll make the Final Four, and UNC is going to be tough too.
I believe that UNC and Seton Hall, that game will be good. A lot of people are obviously picking UNC, which I would too, but I'd say in my Elite Eight, I'm going to have UNC, and it's definitely a toss-up between UCLA and Kentucky, and being a Kentucky fan, I'm still going to have to go with UCLA.
I'm Jack, this is Grant, and we're going to break down the West region.
Alright, so the 1 and 2 seed in this region are Gonzaga's a 1 seed and Arizona's a 2 seed. Gonzaga's easily going to beat South Dakota State. I got Northwestern losing to Vanderbilt because they're 1 and 5 versus top 25 teams. Notre Dame, they'll probably go to the Elite Eight and eventually the Final Four because they'll beat Gonzaga in an upset.
My games to watch down below would definitely be Florida Gulf Coast versus FSU. FSU is definitely upset prone, and St. Mary's and VCU is also going to be a fun game to watch. But I got Arizona coming out of that and going to the Elite Eight. Alonzo Trier and Markkanen are definitely 2 of the top players in the nation. I think Zona goes to the Final Four.
Hey, it's NCAA tournament time. Look who's here. Special guest, former Pretzel Pride Network correspondent Travis Buckwalder. He's working on his brackets. Hey, if you want a little help from me, which probably isn't that much help, I really like the 1s and 2s this year are really, really good. But if there is a surprise, Middle Tennessee has been really, really good. And along with Middle Tennessee, I'm looking at Maryland. I don't know. Maryland going against Xavier as the 6. I see Maryland being able to beat Florida State. I don't like Florida State. Now, that's in the West right there. Now, in the East, I'm looking at South Carolina and Duke to be a good game, but Duke's going to just be strong. I think Duke's going to go all the way, not to win the Final Four. I'm not going to pick that yet. But I think Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, man, I'm telling you, you can't beat it. But don't even come close to Gonzaga or Gonzaga, whichever you want to call it. What about you, big guy?
For my Final Four, I'm going to have Kansas. I don't see any player better than Frank Mason this year. I see him just going off against every team he faces, scoring 20 each game. Down the south, I gotta go with UCLA. I'm a big Lonzo Ball fan. I think he's gonna go crazy this year. Then Duke, I don't see anyone stopping them in that bracket. Villanova got busted by Butler early, and I just don't see them making a run. And then down in the West, Gonzaga, I think they're probably the best team in this tournament, my opinion, and I'm saying that.
Wow, he's bigger than me, so I'll let him say that. But if you look at the South, you have Kentucky, you have North Carolina, and you have UCLA. You have 3 great teams. I don't know who's going to come out of there. It's crazy. I don't like UCLA as much as I like North Carolina, but who knows? But it's always nice to see this guy. It's Travis Buckwalter. All right.
My Final Four is Duke, Arizona, Oregon, and Kentucky.
My Final Four are Duke, Arizona, Oregon, and UCLA.
My Final Four will have to be Duke, Oregon, Arizona, and North Carolina.
My Final Four are Duke, Oregon, Arizona, and Kentucky.
Final Four this year will be Duke, Arizona, Kansas, and North Carolina.
In my Final Four, I have Villanova, Gonzaga, UNC, and Kansas.
For my Final Four, I have Duke, Arizona, Kentucky, and Kansas.
My Final Four teams are Louisville, UCLA, Arizona, and Villanova.
My Final Four teams are Duke, Oregon, Arizona, and UCLA.